I got so excited when this year's Melodifestivalen lineup was announced. So many artists I think are absolutely fantastic and have been really important for me to build my love for Melodifestivalen. Like Dolly Style, Clara Hammerström, Arvingarna, and then during these shows we get guests like Hasse Andersson and Marcus and Martinez, who are all fantastic people and fantastic artists, and it's so amazing to see them come together. But what I was most excited about for this year's selection was without a doubt Mons Zelmerlow and his song Revolution. Because for me, Mons Zelmerlow has been one of, if not the most important figure in the Eurovision Song Contest, because he made me a super fan. I always loved Eurovision, but when he won the Eurovision Song Contest, I was like, I have to talk to people about this. Finally, my winner has won for the first time since Lordi won, and I was so excited. So I went on forums like ESC United, and the rest is history. So seeing him 10 years later return to the contest was so exciting. So me, like so many other Eurovision fans, we tuned in to see what Mons Zelmerlow was bringing this year. But once the show was over, once the semi-final had passed, we weren't really thinking about Revolution. We were thinking about the Bastu. KAJ was last in the odds when all the artists were announced for Melodifestivalen. And now, after performing Bara Bada Bastu, they are in third place, looking to win the contest. Yes, we want the Bastu at the Eurovision Song Contest. And it's clear, this is the most talked about entry this year, and the fact that Mons Zelmerlow, who was still seen as the one who can win the Eurovision Song Contest and Melodifestivalen in terms of like the odds, but he has almost been forgotten. I don't see people talking that much about Mons Zelmerlow's performance, although it was an amazing performance, but people were so shocked about what KAJ brought to the stage. In fact, this performance is trending in so many different countries on YouTube. Like, look at this commentary, for example, from India, talking about the impact this song is having. And it's just amazing to see. And then you see its popularity, like it's viral in many countries. And it's #1 on Spotify in Sweden and #2 in Finland. And it's going viral on Spotify as well in many countries. This right here is the most hype I've seen for a Melodifestivalen entry since Loreen with Tattoo. I'm not saying this is winning Eurovision, but I'm saying you have catched lightning in a bottle and you made something super special, which is exactly what Europe wanted right now. And we are in a time where I feel like this is something that potentially can go to Eurovision. A couple of years ago, an entry like this might go to Andra Chansen and then go on to the final, and the public would be like hyped about it, but they wouldn't vote for it, and the jury wouldn't vote for it either. But we are seeing changes of times, and we're also seeing that there's a lot of hype around sending something in Swedish, sending something different. We saw it last year with Medina, and this song right here, Bara Bada Bastu, is much stronger than what Medina had last year. But there was a lot of hype around it because there was a possibility of sending something in Swedish and sending something fun. And I think that's gonna just continue. Medina last year got third place with the jury. So the jury didn't sabotage it. It was just that the public wanted Marcus and Martinez with Unforgettable. And I totally understand. To me, and this might be a hot take, it might be my favorite Swedish entry ever. I absolutely love Unforgettable by Marcus and Martinez. I think it was fantastic. But I have to also accept the fact that it's blended in with a lot of what Sweden has been sending in recent years. Of course, look right here at the great results Swedes are having. Would you change that? I understand you don't want to change that because when you're the best, you want to continue to be the best. But we've kind of just grown to expect this from Sweden. We're not shocked anymore when Sweden comes out with a pop song with a great staging. It's not shocking anymore. And it makes it so, although you have great entries that get great results, they start to blend in, they start to not be as memorable, and they all just like become one of the same. And then there's a few standouts, right? Mons Zelmerlow, of course, is a standout with his staging. Loreen is a standout with her stagings and her performances. But other than that, Cornelia Jacobs is the only one I feel like is a clear standout act for Sweden. The rest kind of just come together and you forget, okay, who did this and who did that. With this, however, this is such a change of pace that might make it so this is the first time in 10 years the public, the majority of the public, wants to see Sweden win. Because right now, I saw, for example, Benjamin Ingrosso recently did an interview.
Representing my country, I have to make them proud. And I didn't.
Did you enjoy your time on the show? Like,
Nope.
You didn't have fun?
No, I didn't have that much fun, sadly. It was weird. Yeah, and it's like, it's I don't know, I remember I got my points from the audience, and Sweden as a country in Eurovision, people hate Sweden because they always come top 5. We always come with something that's modern pop, and the Eurovision fans, they are very like, they don't like us. So when I got low points, the whole arena started like, wow, shouting like, yes, fuck you, Sweden.
Not because he was bad, but because he was Sweden. People want to see Sweden not do as well because, well, when you win all the time, that's just how it is. People get bored of it. So to do something like this and just change up completely is something that can turn Eurovision on its head. The jury also has to look at the bigger picture, like what's going on right now. And this can be a change of trend and change of pace for the Eurovision Song Contest. This is risky, absolutely, but it's memorable, it's quality, and it's so much fun. And it's not like the rest of this lineup here is not good. Like, there's really good tracks in this Melodifestivalen lineup, and there's also some great staging and great artists, right? You have to be, to get to the Melodifestivalen final, you have to be a great artist, and you have to have the it factor. So it's not like the other people can't do well at Eurovision, but what we then have again is where it becomes less personal. It doesn't connect as much because it's just another way of showcasing a great big performance, and you're losing that connection. I do think Mons Zelmerlow and KAJ are the strongest ones when it comes to connecting with the viewer at home. Mons Zelmerlow does an amazing job of that, and he has so much charisma, and I think that's a performance they can be really proud of, and I would love to see him go to Eurovision, right? I love Mons Zelmerlow, I love his music. Look at my Last FM here. Look at all the plays I have for him. He's one of my most played artists ever. And then you see KAJ. So you see there is a contrast here. I'm a much bigger Mons Zelmerlow fan. And I think he would do great, and I would absolutely vote for him. I think he's one of the best this year. But sending something like this is so out of the ordinary. And because of how the jury respected Medina last year and how the journey is kind of evolving, and because of the musical quality this song has, it has a fantastic staging. They perform this song so well. Everything is just perfect about this. They have the perfect dance moves, they have the perfect choreography, they have the perfect stage setup. They really just take you into their world and do it in a fantastic way. So it is like something that has a lot of quality with it that the jury should respect. On top of that, it's also stand out. There's nothing like this. And the closest you could compare it to in terms of this being like a comedy act would be Dolly Style with Yeehaw. And I think Dolly Style are great. I think they can make it to the final. The thing though with Dolly Style is that it's completely different again from BARA BADA BASTU. I don't think these songs will eliminate each other, and BARA BADA BASTU has a lot like darker type of staging than Dolly Style, which is really bright in your face, all these colors. BARA BADA BASTU has a different type of environment it creates. So I don't think they will eliminate each other, and I do think the jury will respect BARA BADA BASTU to be a top 3 song with the jury. So then it just comes down to the public. Of course, if the public don't want to send this, then you don't do it. But there is something so special about this song, which isn't there for anything else. Nothing else this year seems to be getting excitement outside of Sweden, except for this. I think that Sweden really needs a moment like this, where you can have a song like this that's going to be so memorable and be celebrated for years to come, and also help you where a lot of people are now bored of Sweden, they're booing Sweden, they're tired of Sweden in the Eurovision Song Contest. do something like this, change it up completely, and create an act here that is going to be memorable for decades to come, and you can bring up and have fun with and can be celebrated in Sweden, but also in Eurovision, right? We love watching Eurovision when they bring out all these legends. They bring out KAJ and Verka, and we listen to Fuego and we're having a great time. We don't usually bring out Sweden unless it's in Sweden, or unless it's Mons Zelmerlow. But this is something where you can have something that's so distinct, so clear, so loved, and you can bring that to the stage, be celebrated, and it can help Sweden so much. And maybe what Sweden needs to be the heroes of our time is to create the split screen this year with 2 Finnish acts, with Kai and Erika as a split screen. And that's how Sweden can become our heroes. So not only do I think Sweden needs to send this, like they should so desperately send Bara Bada Bastu to the Eurovision Song Contest. Of course, with one exception. If something in this week's semi-final is better, then of course go with that. We don't know the full field yet, so we might be surprised, but I think the real revolution this year, I think that comes with a Bastu. So let's bring the Bastu to Eurovision.